Hi there YouTube, Extreme Trains here. So following on from my previous review of some of the new colour changes which have landed in Australia, in this video we're taking a look at the colour changing Sandy. This one is quite exciting to me because I haven't seen any a colour changing variant of her yet. We've certainly looked at Thomas before, but we haven't looked at Sandy. She's got some different designs. I'm not exactly sure what they're going for with this one, but you know what, we're going to have to take a look and find out. Let's do it. Okay, so now you can see Sandy in her packaging looking bright and colourful, also looking very small in the packaging as Sandy does. This Sandy does come with her little bucket, which is nice. I've seen some of the other Sandys. I think it's the cave Sandy has like a little mask and a little like laser torch, not a epoxy torch or whatever they are for welding. But it's good to see she's got this when she could have. I would have not been surprised if their Fisher-Price Mattel had decided to not give you that. But I'm glad they did, given she's so much smaller than the other ones. And again, you can see the two different versions here. You've got essentially a normal version of her is hot, and the coloured version of her is cold. So that's different to the Thomas that we looked at in the previous video, which had the cold being the quote-unquote normal version of Thomas and the hot being the different version. So they really are mixing it up a little bit, which is somewhat confusing. Okay, so straight out of the packaging, it seems that Sandy is in her colour changed mode, if we can call it that. She's got this black colouring on her with these very faint pink highlights instead, and she's obviously got the bright red face with the little, that smirky kind of expression. But you can see that otherwise, she isn't that different. She obviously has, again, those little rainbow colour changer style wheels. But otherwise, obviously, the biggest change is the black and also the face. So they haven't gone all out crazy with her in this one. And I must say, the black is, I think, maybe coming off a little bit brown in the pictures, but it is actually quite black, and it does have the stripes. But I just don't think they're super well defined because it's kind of like a black on black situation. So I think that's maybe not super easy to see. But otherwise, yeah, she's, you know, fine, but not anything particularly exciting. So I will color change her to her quote-unquote normal appearance, and then we'll take a look and see what she looks like. Alright, this is Sandy after she has been warmed. The face change happened immediately. You can still see there's water dripping off them, which is one of the not very practical parts of these toys. Her face changed immediately. The rest of her changed slowly. But the pink is, yeah, it's not a very bright pink. It's a bit more of a kind of subdued pink. And again, because we've got the stripes here, and I thought those were going to change as well, but they don't. Because the stripes don't change, there really isn't actually that much that changes on her in terms of the colouring. Like the door doesn't change colour. It's literally just her cab and her face. And so, I don't know, this one, again, similar to that Thomas that we've already looked at in a previous video, the change for me for this one is just not enough. Like, I don't know why. It doesn't really make sense why she goes black. Like, why would she go black? Is there if it's an episode reference that I haven't seen because I haven't really watched much of AG, then please let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, it just doesn't grab me anywhere near as much as some of those first ones really grabbed me in terms of the big changes that they went through. And this feels a lot similar to the dinosaur one, where it was kind of a bit of a nothing change except for the face. But again, the face went red. Just all red. And I think, for example, when they just do the cheeks, it's a lot more effective. So, again, as a $10 toy, this one, you know, I've already talked about when I did the original Sandy review as to the fact that she was priced the same as the other small engines, even though she's much smaller. But I think particularly for these color changes, paying $10 for this feels quite steep when the effect is not that great. And then the problem is that she just goes to this ordinary color, but it's still not quite the vibrant pink that you get on her normal version either. So yeah, I think Sandy is definitely one I was quite excited for because she was a new item, a new character in this color changing wave, but she's one that I think has pretty much, yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment, and I think you can very easily skip this one, even if you are trying to collect the color changer ones from this line. So unfortunately, I'm not going to say that Sandy is a win, but I can't wait to hear all your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. You may have a different view, especially if she is one of your favorite characters, but she is not for me. So otherwise, thanks for watching. That's all we've got time for. This is Extreme Trains.